it to glare and now it's back. Hey everybody, welcome to Lisa's art room. I am going to get my mic plugged in here. Just give me 1 second. Alright, hey everybody. Sorry about that little rough intro. My lights are very glary today. I can't figure out where to put them. It's like I keep moving them and it's just not helping. So just bear with that. Once I get the camera up top, it won't matter. So anyway, we are live on Facebook. If you see the little red button at the top left. If not, it's a replay. Y'all come in and say hi. Let me know you're here. I'm going to get you guys pulled up on my other device so I can see chat. Nope. Refresh. Thank you. Dawn's like, the volume's good now. It's like, yeah, I know. I knew it wasn't at first because I didn't plug my mic in. I always hate how long it takes me to wait for the mic to be ready. It's very strange. If I plug it in before I get a little comment that says basically my basic information, it'll say something like, during this broadcast, you can support my page or something. Once I see that, I can plug the mic in. If I plug it in before then, it doesn't work. I have no idea why. So I have to wait. And it's like, it's always so frustrating because I feel like there's this really long gap when I first start. And it's like, I don't edit these because it takes me like so much longer if I edit it. Even if I just trim the front just a teeny bit, it takes forever to. So, we are working on the Apothecary Collector of Curiosities junk journal. All right, we're going to be working on the center page spread for all 3 signatures tonight. And I am going to go over my pages that I've gotten put together for my Regions Beyond junk journal. I'll probably do that first, just get it out of the way so I don't forget. Hey, Lori. So I got a few people on here. I know the volume's working, so let's go ahead, get the camera pulled up top so we can get started. All right, 1 second. Bear with all the bumping around. Oh, something's not right. What is it? It's my case. There it is. Okay. Light over there a little bit better, but not too much. All right. I have that on. Okay, so let's see. So we're going to be working on the center spread on my signatures, the one with the little living room seams that I wanted to do. I didn't sew it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna. I may. We'll see. But I didn't yet. Honestly, I ran out of time. So I'm gonna show you. It's a book cover or something. I'm gonna just go over these pages real quick. So I've been playing with trying to find some black and white pages. I'm gonna have to throw these gold ones in there because I just don't have enough. So I'll talk about how I covered these so that they are not plain. I'm so mad. Look at this. My Fiskars X-Acto knife thingy, utility knife, fell apart. I can't get it back together. I tried. I think something must have broke off in there. And I knew it was kind of on the way out because it started like, it wouldn't lock in place. I'd pull it down, and every time I'd try to cut something, the blade would just move on its own. So it was a problem. But this one works best because I can open it and close it with one hand. So hubby bought me another one to hold me over until I can find another one of these. But it's horrible. I hate it. So he bought me this one. It's a little husky. And the blade itself and the knife is fine, but you have to unscrew it, put it where you want it, screw it back down, and then use it. Okay? So it takes like all these steps, and you can't do it with one hand. So it's like not real convenient. If you're cutting maybe a bunch of cardboard and you want something that locks, great. It's awesome. But for most things that I use it for, it's not great. So I'll keep it for cutting cardboard and stuff. But anyway, so that's my gripe for the day. Like my little note. Look at this note. I got this from scrapbook.com when I got my last order. They put it in with their little packed with care thing. Look at it. Can you read it? It says, I'm not a hoarder. I just need a bigger craft room. So true. So true. All right. So most of these papers are from that black and white pad that I have, that I got from Michael's Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby? Hobby Lobby. Let's see. I'll show you just so you know. Most of them are from this. It's called Boho Chic 2. But got that. I don't know if you can find it because it was in the clearance stuff, and that might mean that it's discontinued. But there's lots of black and white ones out there. You just got to look for them. But anyway, that's what most of them are. So I backed them because they're very thin. It's not cardstock paper. It's very thin scrapbook paper. And I wanted my pages a little more substantial. So some of them are just backed with another paper. I think I used PVA glue. I either typically use the Lineco PVA glue, which is this, or the matte medium. And I just brush it on and stick them together. Sometimes I use the glue stick. The problem is the glue stick over time sometimes will start coming apart. Even though it's a good glue stick, I've got the mono glue stick. It's permanent. It's photo archival and all that. It's not real dependable, whereas these two options are. They do warp the pages a bit, so you got to kind of try to flatten them out. I just put them under a bunch of heavy books. Usually it'll flatten out. So that's how I put those on there, and they're pretty good. My edges aren't perfectly trimmed. Let me see how close I am. I can't go very much closer because this iPad screen is almost at the edge. But once I ink that, it'll go away. I did trim it a little bit because I keep them bigger. When I glue these together, I cut them bigger than I need them. And then I glue them together because the chance of me, and I'm going to be honest, the chance of me taking this page and setting this page on top with all that glue and getting it lined up perfectly and gluing it down is slim to none. It rarely happens. So leave yourself a little bit extra, and then you can just, once it's dry, trim it. You know? So some of these I have papers. Some of these I have those new Tim Holtz tissue. What are they called? Do I have the pack here? I don't have the pack here. Oh, I do have the pack somewhere. You know what I mean. They're the tissue collage papers in that little set. So I put a few of those on. So this side doesn't have anything, but I'll put something later. I didn't cover all of these. I just didn't have time. So that's on that side. I'll probably put a pocket here or something. I don't know. I didn't want to do too much because then I'm limited. So that's got that. This one has the little haunted house one, which I thought was really cool looking. So put the haunted house one on there. I put those on there with matte medium. I was trying to save money, guys. I tried using my crafter's pick with a little bit of water added to it because it's cheaper. Do not ever use this for collage. I'm just going to put that out there. It is so sticky and horrible. And when you're done, your page will just stick to your hand. Not good. Use your matte medium. The nice thing about the matte medium, it's not sticky when it's done, or your collage medium. You can use the distressed collage medium, but that's a whole lot more expensive than this. It's not sticky when you're done, and it's matte. And it works fine for collaging. So use your matte medium. Tissue. This is napkin. These are the Dollar Tree napkins I got last year. They might still have them. I don't know. Probably not. You know. Anyway, that's these Dollar Tree napkins. I just pulled off all the layers except the front one and used matte medium, collaged it down. Now, when I was done collaging it down, any areas that didn't have any tissue paper or napkin, I just took the white part of the napkin and I added those in other places so that all of the paper is coated with a napkin somewhere. That way it's up. What else did I do? So here's the ones I did with that glue. Oh my gosh. And I didn't want to throw them away because honestly I really liked it. So these are tissue paper that I've stamped all over with my various stamps, with archival ink. I do this a lot. I had pieces sitting here to show y'all, and now it's like, where did I set them? I must have set them over here. Oh, they're there. Okay. So tissue paper with stamping. Okay. It's just normal cheap tissue paper. Dollar Tree tissue paper. Nothing fancy. You can use Hobby Lobby too, but I think I use Dollar Tree. I usually stamp on the shiny side. It seems to work better as far as not falling apart when I'm putting the medium over it. There's almost always on tissue paper a shinier side and a matte side. I can't tell if you're seeing in the light because I'm not seeing the light myself, okay? Shiny side, matte side. Stamp on the shiny side. It will hold up better. All right, so that's what this is. It's various stamps, and I used the crafter's pick. Don't do that. So Mod Podge it down. They're not Mod Podge, but matte medium. You can use Mod Podge too, but that's also sticky. Don't use Mod Podge. Use matte medium. I don't like sticky pages. I want my pages not to be sticky because I don't want them sticking together in my journal. All right, so when I finished, I took this napkin and split it apart and put this in various places. I just put one there, okay? More matte medium. Now, when I finished, it was very sticky. And I'm like, oh, great. What do I do now? So what I did is I covered them with matte medium, and I took the layer of white off of the napkin. So I took another layer, took this white layer off of the napkin, and I completely covered the page. It wasn't this napkin, it was a bigger one. I completely covered the page with white, a white napkin, and then I coated the top with matte medium. Now, it goes back see-through. It looks the same. It's a tiny bit thicker, but that's fine. And now it's not sticky. It's not sticky at all. There's no stick to it. If I put these two together, they're not sticking together. Okay? So, we're good. I was so worried. I was like, please don't make me have to throw those away. I really liked them. So, I have these two pages. They have this on the back. This one has this on the back. So those review pages in the journal. So those pages. So this one has this cool paper from that paper I got from It's a Recollections paper I got from Michael's. I wish I had a whole bunch more of it because I really do like that page. It's cardstock, so I wasn't real worried about this. I'll probably stencil on it or something. This one is the thin pages glued together. thin pages glued together. I tried to keep them varied because I got 3 signatures to fill, so I might need more. Thin pages glued together. I think I'm going to take some just coffee dyed type, well, printer paper and make it distressy looking, but I haven't done that yet, so that's the plan. And see if I can get some pages like that. It should be crunchy and crinkly like when you coffee dye when I'm done. And hopefully that'll be substantial enough. This one. I tried to go on the grain if I could. Most of these are on the grain. A few of them are not. They fold up differently depending on if they're both on the grain, if they're not on the grain. And you'll find that you get a different curve depending on that. But like I said, after I put these under books, they're not terrible. And once they're folded in the journal and they start getting stuff all over them, they'll be fine. You know, they're not perfectly hard or anything. But so I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use for my front pieces, but I think I'm going to use these might be the center spreads, maybe these 3. I might do that for a center spread. I haven't decided. And then these are the cardstock from that other one. Nice and heavy. They have some gold. I think it'll be all right. It's still going to be mostly black and white, but it does have a little bit gold on these. But I think I'm going to use these for my front pieces. So I think I'm going to use this one, and this one. So I think I'm going to use the 3 gold ones for my front of the signatures. This is cardstock, and then I had that other one that was cardstock. These will be just somewhere in each one. I'll rotate these with those so that, you know, I've got different versions of paper. I don't have any cool black and white inks envelopes right now, but I might make some. I just got to grunge some up. So that's where we're at on this one. I think it'll be fine. I got to fold them all and all that. But I just kind of wanted to show you the progress on that one. So they're going to go in this Regions Beyond one. All right. So, just get stuff out of my way. Guys, I tried to find something for an hour today, and I couldn't find it. I have no idea where it is. I saw it the other day. I know I did. And I can't find it. And I know I saw it. I remember very distinctly seeing it. And it's not a big deal because I have 2 more, but... So there's this page in the Dark Academia book that I used last year. It's got all these pictures. And I cut one of the pages out with all the little pictures and put it in one of these envelopes somewhere. I have torn apart all of my bins and I don't know where it is. And it's probably just right in front of me, you know. But I know I have it. So I'm going to just cut out another one because it's probably the only thing I'm going to use these for anyway. But it's so frustrating when you know you already have one cut out and you can't find it. All right, this is... No, let's do this first. All right, we'll just start with one of these. So, got our center spreads. I'm going to pull them out of each one. Hopefully I can get them all done. That's the plan. All right, so we'll set this aside. I don't think, let me see, some of these are they're all directional. All right, so what I did is I took my cardstock. Some of these are the Dark Academia. Some of these are that really pretty floral one that I got. And this one might be that too. I think it is. Let me see. I'll show you it to you so you know where it's coming from. Not that you'll probably be able to find it because you know how that goes. I can't find the Dark Academia anymore, and I really like it. So that's the Dark Academia is from Michael's Recollections collection. That is where I got the books and those pictures. And then this is, I think, where I got this and this. Yeah, this one here, which has a bunch of flowers, but I didn't use that part. So we got, that's from the other one. This is a great, so this is, nope, one of them has gold and one does not. So that one doesn't have gold. I don't think I've used them all. There's like 3 of each, I think. Maybe 4. Let's see, did I use them? No, I might have. Maybe I did. Anyway, oh, there it is. So that's from that. And then there was one with writing and these flowers. So this one, okay? This one right here with writing and the flowers. That's where this came from. I just didn't use the flower part. It's on here somewhere. There it is. There's the very tip of it. Okay. It's mostly just the writing. So that's where that came from. So you all know. So I glued these on here with my matte medium, and they were inked. They were torn out. Y'all, I think I showed you this to start with last time. I was going to sew them. I did not. I may sew them. I was just going to sew around the edge in a little, the same thing I did last year where I zigzagged it. But honestly, they don't have to have the sewing, and it does take time. And it's not easy on my machine, but so for right now, I'm going to leave them unsewed. So some of these have little chandeliers. They all have some sort of a light chandelier, but some of them you can't see. So this one has these lamps, which are kind of visible. This one has this creepy looking chandelier. And that one's too tiny. And this one has this, kind of looks more like a lantern. Okay. So I wanted those to pop up a little bit, be a little more prominent. So I fussy cut, I printed them out. I printed the same picture out again. But before I printed it, I stuck it in Photoshop and I erased everything around that because I didn't want to waste ink. So stick it in whatever program that you use. You can't alter these, but technically I'm not altering it. I'm just getting rid of stuff so I can cut it out and not waste ink. So I think it should be fine. So I just put it in there. I erased everything except what I wanted. Size is the same. Everything's the same. I just erased it because I didn't want to print this out again and just waste all that ink. Ink's too expensive. So that's what I did. And then once I got the little 3 pieces, so I wasn't wasting the ink, I just did this one, and I did these, and I did this one. Then I fussy cut them out, okay? So they're fussy cut out, very painstakingly. I took them, this is a candy, a throwaway candy package. Y'all have seen me use it before, I'm pretty sure. It's from my, I don't know, Valentine candy or something. Okay? It's just, there's actually 2 here, but I've just got them stuck together for right now. And these stick pins. Okay? I use these when painting. I use them when putting glossy accents. I use them for lots of things. They're very handy. I wanted these a little more sturdy. So first, I took them and I stuck the little pin in them. Okay, I picked a spot where it's not super visible. I stuck the pin in them this way. And I took them outside and I sprayed them very lightly with my clear finish. I like this one. It's low odor and it's matte and it doesn't have acetone, so it doesn't eat up things. And if it's raining or something, I can do it in my garage and not really feel like I'm gonna stink up the whole area. So I usually go down to the garage and do it. I don't do it in my bedroom, even though it's low odor. I don't spray in my room. I don't in my house. If I was gonna spray in my house, I would have a fan in the window pointing outside and do it right next to that fan. That is the only way I would spray in the house. But put a light coat of that on there because it's inkjet and they will bleed if I do anything to them. I don't know what I'm going to do to them at this point, but just in case. So they were all faced up first, sprayed them. Then I turned them over and pinned them back down through the same hole so I don't have a ton of holes in them. So I just found a little hole, stuck them down, and then I painted on this side a little bit of collage medium because I just wanted to give them a little more stability than they were. Even though they're on cardstock, it's still pretty thin. And I certainly don't want to have to fussy cut it twice and put it on, something thicker. So that's what I did. I just used my distressed collage medium and put that on the back. I've heard that wood glue also works good for that, for adding dimension. If you want to use wood glue, maybe you already have wood glue. It is yellow. It will show yellow if any gets on the front. Keep that in mind. The collage medium's clear. You can also use glossy accents, but they're very shiny. So it depends on whether you want it shiny. Okay, so that's what I did. So I've got all these prepared. They are now a little more sturdy. We'll say they're a little more sturdy. Do I have a piece? Let me see what I have to work on. What color is that? Nope. Maybe. All right, I'm just getting something better so that you can maybe see. I don't know. This might not show either. Maybe. All right, so I'll zoom in a second. Okay, so I got all my little pieces that I wanted to use. Okay, I left a little bit on that just in case it didn't hit where I wanted it to hit. That's what that little white bit is there. All right, so put that aside. So I've got my little pieces, and they are going to go over the existing one. I'm going to make them shiny in places with some embossing stuff and stuff. We're going to play with them because you know me, I like little details. Details make your project. They take longer, but if you don't care and you enjoy the process, that's the way to go. If you don't want it to take forever and you just want to do it, leave it like it is. It's fine. I like to add more. Okay, that's just me. You don't have to do that though. So don't ever feel like you have to do everything I'm doing if you think it's too tedious and it takes too long. I personally just don't care if it takes longer. For the most part. Sometimes I do. But let's see what clear glazes I have. I really don't know if I have something that'll work. I think just clear will work. All right, so this is a brown. Don't want to use that. I think I have a clear. Yeah, it's clear. And I also have this antique linen, which is kind of cool. I think the clear will do. I did print these out. Where's the other one? Let me show you the difference because I think they should look different. I don't know. This was printed on, I think, cream paper or linen paper, I think. So the color is probably a little bit different. It's not a lot. This is printed on white paper. I wanted to get these lights as bright as I could, and if I printed them on the cream paper, it does tone it down. This background, I didn't care. I wanted that tone down. But for the lights that I'm adding, I don't know if there's much difference. All right, are we reconnected? It said trying to reconnect. All right, so I think they're a little bit brighter. It's hard to tell on this, in this lighting. They might not be too much brighter, but they're a little bit brighter. So that's the only difference really between the two printouts. You can really see it, I think, in this dark area, the difference. But so I did print them brighter. I just upped the contrast a little bit when I was printing, just to make it brighter. I think I'm just going to use clear. I thought about doing some of the black, but I don't really need that to be shiny. So I think I'm just going to use clear. You could also use your glossy accents. The difference is your glossy accents is going to take about 12 hours to dry probably. It takes a long time to dry. It will work and look beautiful. Okay? If you just want to drop some of this on your little lights, set it aside, do something else, it's great. It also adds a little dimension, which is nice. I use that same little thing I just showed you for that. Okay? And sometimes I do that. But today, just for the sake of the live, we're going to use embossing powder. So, if you don't have embossing powder and you don't have a heat gun, there is still an option. I didn't always have embossing powder or a heat gun. When I first started, I didn't have that stuff. So, you know, I'm no different than y'all. I started out with a little bit and then I added as I could. This thing never stays up here. It's like, it's sliding. All right, are you going to stay? No, you're not going to stay. All right, let's see if I can get it to stay. I don't know if y'all can even see it. It's my heat gun likes to slide on me. Okay. So, let me see. I'm going to see if I can move over just a bit. We don't really need this piece up here, but I was just kind of keeping it for reference. Now, I'm going to use a paper plate probably for these because I don't want to have embossing powder everywhere. Heat gun. Heat tool. I know, I'm not supposed to say that word. Heat tool. Okay, get your heat tool. And clear embossing powder of some sort. I prefer the glazes, but I can't always find them. I do like the embossing glazes better than the regular because typically I want it translucent. And the glazes are translucent. Whereas the other ones are not. I don't know where I just sat that. Oh, it's on the floor. I was like, where did it go? I lost it already. 10 seconds. And I already lost it. All right, here we go. Embossing powder in black, opaque. Gosh, I can't read this. Where is it? It's here somewhere. Distress. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Yeah, they make this so you can't read. Maybe let's try the cream one. Here we go. Okay. This is called Distress Embossing Glaze. Okay. It's in that tiny little word right there. Distress Embossing Glaze. This is translucent. It will be see-through. Okay. This will not. So that's the difference. When you're looking for these, keep that in mind. Because sometimes you don't notice and then it's like, oh, I didn't want that opaque. Okay, so we're going to try this. You're going to need some sort of a liquid to make your embossing glaze powder stick. So they sell lots of things. I have some pens here somewhere. So there's these Distress embossing pens. You can get, they usually come in a set of 2. One's a brush and one is a pen nib. Let's see. That's considered the brush, I think. And then this one's the pen nib. Okay. You can use those, or you can use, wow, where is my set? I should have got that out because now I'll never find it. Maybe I'll find it. Oh, I know where it is. It's in my ink pad. I am really hot. Need my fan on. All right, let me find my ink pad so I can show you my 500 ink pads on my table. Oh, it's not in there. All right, that means it's in here. I'm getting my big old container. You can also use StazOn ink. I think StazOn's the one. StazOn dries slower than archival. And you can use StazOn because you just need something that dries slow enough to get the powder on it. But some things make it bubble, so you got to be careful. Oh my goodness. There it is. That, you can use that. I also have a dauber here somewhere. I see it. I got lots of options, but I just want to show you in case you only... Okay. This is the Tim Holtz dauber. Oops. My stand. I keep it upside down because then the sponge doesn't dry out as easily. This Tim Holtz embossing dauber one that's clear, it smells like cinnamon sticks. So if you don't like the smell of cinnamon sticks, you will not like this one. When I first used it, I'm like, where is that smell coming from? I'm running around the house trying to figure it out. I can't figure it out. And I finally figure out it's the dauber. This one is like a stamp. So I got this at Michael's. It came with a refill that the lid has obviously popped off of. What? That lid is totally broke. Look at that. How strange. That is the strangest thing I've ever seen. So at some point, that lid broke off of this little plastic piece. Oh, wow. That's interesting. So I'm going to put that in something else before it leaks everywhere. Comes with a refill. Comes with a stamp pad. And you apply this with some sort of a, you can use this, apply it to your surface, or you can use maybe a brush or something. I don't know. I think I usually just use a dauber. It doesn't have a smell. I haven't noticed the smell. That is really strange on that cap, though. That is very strange. I'll put it. I've got some little containers, I think. Oh, the things. Oh my goodness, I have so much stuff here now. So those are the options. I think I have distress powder or something. It's very gritty. All right. Get yourself a plate because you're going to want to pour your powders out unless you have one of those little containers or something. I don't know. We're going to use this. So I want to color all these lights so they're shiny and they look like light. That's the plan. I might do them one at a time because I'm going to just blow them everywhere and make a mess. You need to be on a surface that can handle heat, or you need to be able to hold it. One or the other. They make these little hands. I hate them. They're too soft on the end and I can't hold anything with them. So I don't like them. I usually end up just using my tweezers that lock. They're called reverse tweezers, if I can find them in this container. They're here somewhere. Is that them? There they are. I usually use these. It is metal, but it does have a little bit of a plastic area right there. Because when you're using heat tools, it can get hot. Metal can. So do be aware. If you're holding something metal and you're holding your heat tool and heating, that heat's going to start working its way up there. So don't be touching this and burning yourself. Okay? Make sure you're using something that has some sort of plastic. This is the only thing I have. So we're going to use it. So we're just going to hold on to it like that. It's a reverse tweezer. You squeeze and it holds Okay, I don't have to do anything to it. Okay. I know this is a lot, but I just want to show you everything. So I'm probably just going to use these because these are little teeny tiny pieces and don't really need to do much to them. I could also put this on the paper plate and just dab the whole thing on the ends of those lights, but that's more tricky, so we're going to use the brush one, I think. Or maybe the pen. We'll just use the pen. Alright, so we got our clear. Make sure, like I said, either you need to lift it to where you're not going to burn up anything, or you need something that's heat resistant. I might actually throw my heat resistant thing out here. So I have some gator board. Gator board is like foam board, except it's plastic on one side instead of paper. This is fairly heat resistant, especially if I put 2 of these stacked up. It did not go through to my self-healing mat the last time I was playing on it. So got powder, got my heat tool. Did I plug it in? I did. Okay, we're good. Pen. So we're just gonna color where we want our powder. And hopefully that's coming off. I'm gonna try to look at it from an angle so I can see if it's sticking. It'll get shiny. It's a little bit oily looking, typically. It should not dry so fast that I can't get this on here, but I might have to do a few at a time. We'll see. There it goes. My pen just wasn't coming out very good. All right, once you get them all done, a little bit of powder on there. Okay, tap it off. Don't tap it so violently that you tap all of your powder off, okay? Take your powder, put it back in your container. Okay? Move your container away. You don't want to solidify that. Now, if you didn't use your little powder tool thingy, this is a powder tool. This is so that the powder doesn't stick where you don't want it. If you didn't use one of these, which I forgot to use it, so you can just use a little brush. Just grab one of your little brushes. It doesn't really matter. And just brush off any powder that's where you don't want it, because you don't want shine there. You can just brush it off, and that's fine. I'm going to pull it up as much as I can, and hopefully y'all can see the effect. All right, so I don't know if you can see the powder on there. Hold on, let me get this light. Yeah, I can't see the screen very well, so we're going to go for it. All right, flip on my little switch. All right, you want to keep it at an angle. You don't want to go straight. When you go straight, you push the heat back into your heat tool, and it will make it overheat. Okay. And you just watch it from an angle, and you'll see it. Sorry, I'm trying to watch what I'm doing. I'm failing. I think I'm out of focus. Sorry. I'll show you after. All right. Let's see if we can see it. Okay, I know it's shiny. Just nothing is working for... There it goes. Okay. Can you see how now the little lights are shiny? It's very difficult to show on camera, but it definitely looks better in person. Okay? So we're going to set that aside. It takes just a minute to dry. Usually it's real fast. We'll do this one. So this, and I try not to use the same one that I write on with, because sometimes the stuff will get on there and then the powder all sticks to it. So we're just going to kind of go up here a little bit. That way it hopefully I won't get powder all over my paper plate and waste it. So I'm just coloring in what I want lit. I don't think the stick part is lit. I think that should be fine. Where'd the lid go? And I lost my lid. Oh, there it is. I buried it. I still didn't use my powder. I usually don't bother on this small of a piece, but if you were going to use your powder, you would have put it like in this section. Okay, you just dab it. And then what happens is when I pour this over it, let me make sure that's still wet. It's not real wet. Hold on. It dries fast. Granted, it's like 80 degrees in here. All right, let's try that again. Stay wet for me. I'm not sure how much is left in these pens. I've had them a little bit. All right, put a little bit of powder. Okay. Little tap, not too much. And then if you see the powder now, I don't really see any stuck there because that powder resisted it, so it helps it not stick where you don't want it. If you see any, brush it off. I usually just set it aside for a second so I don't forget to do this. Put that back in there. I know it seems like a lot of steps, but that's what it takes. Okie dokie. Let's try this again. I'm trying to get it so you can see it when it happens. It doesn't take long. See? Okay. A lot more visible on that one. If I wanted, I could do black on these little places just for detail, but I don't know if I'm going to go to that extreme, but we're just going to do the lights, I think. It's the same. Where'd I put my little powdery thing? We'll throw it on there. Why not? I might can do this one. Oh, just so I don't forget. Okay, set that one over there. This is the right one, right? Oh, it's got glue on it. I was like, why is it shiny right there? It's because it's got a little bit of glue on the edge of it. It's fine. Usually, I'm pretty sure you can emboss over distress collage glue once it's dry. Not when it's wet, from what I understand. I know it seems like an extra step to keep putting the lid of this on, but if you don't, you're going to forget and you're going to knock it and then you're going to be sad. And it's just not worth, it's just not worth skipping this step. I'd rather be safe and not spill my entire bottle of embossing powder. Make sure you don't have like alcohol fumes or anything when you're using this. This isn't even really getting hot. I don't know what it's made out of. It doesn't seem to be getting hot though. I've never really tested it to see if it gets hot. I just don't chance it. Get that powder off of there. This one's a little dull looking. I could pretty it up. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But anyway, let's do this one. We're getting it, guys. I know it's tedious. I hope you don't mind. I hope y'all like seeing all these little steps. I know my lives take longer. And I do a lot. But I don't know. For me, it's worth it. Okay. Did I get them all? Get that one. That one. And that one. Okay. Got them all. So, done with that for now. I'm going to set it on the floor. Move my powder. Put my lid back on my pen. All right, good. I'm glad. I hope, you know, I like to see all the steps. I'll sit and watch videos for hours. But, you know, I don't know how other people feel. Some people get bored and they just want to see it fast. All right, here, we're just going to pull this off. So, you know, here, I'm going to do this one. This one's kind of big, and I kind of would like it to be shiny. So I am going to do that one, just so you can see the difference, because it's kind of big. Let's see, what color shall I use? It's probably a black lantern, but I think I will use my darkest brown, which is walnut stain, because it's a glaze and it will be see-through and you'll still see the detail of the item. If I use the black one that I don't have black glaze. If I use the black one that I have, you won't be able to see the detail. So that little white spot right there, where I don't want anything, that's where I'm going to clip to. And I could have used clear and the black would probably show up too, but the brown will give a little bit of a hint of color. So I'm going to use the brown. The clear would also make the dark area shinier and prettier. And don't worry about having that other one on there already. It'll be fine. So we're just going to do this little top piece too. And this little piece. So I'm not going over the one I already did. Okay. I'm spilling it everywhere. It's not easy to tell if you're spilling the clear one, but the brown ones you can see. And then you can tell you're spilling them everywhere. I do have a brush. Let me find my brush. I'm just going to brush this off real quick because I don't want it everywhere. I'll make a mess. I'll be feeling it for days. It's like glitter. There may have been some clear in that, but it's not going to affect that. It's still there. I'm just going to knock it in my trash. 1 second. Okay. And that's fine. That'll stay like that for a long time. You don't have to immediately do this. It's not going anywhere. Once it's stuck on there, it's fine. Case still showing. I can't tell. I think it's just me. It's not showing, is it? I don't think it is. Okay. There's a shadow, but I can't tell if it's just me looking at the screen sideways, and that's what I think it is. You know how when you look at a screen sideways, there's still so much. You see like a shadow. I think that's what it's doing. All right, so that's good. That looks a little bit better, I think. Look at it. That's cute. Oh, it's real cute. Turn it up. Is that it? So hard to get it on camera. The angle. Oh my goodness. There. It's very difficult. All right, that's good enough. I could do more, but I'm probably not gonna. Okay, so let me just pull this off. Now I want to add these to my little background. So put those there. This one goes there. This is going to go here. It's just going to make it stand out. Let me find them. Just to give it some dimension. Not so much dimension that it causes a bunch of bulk in my journal. So these are little foam stickers. These are white. I think that's the thinnest ones I have. I have these in white, this size, this size. I get these from scrapbook.com. And then I have these in black, which I think will be okay. They're not super thick. They're like a 1/16 of an inch. I don't think I need it any bigger than that. I also have this big size. But I think we're going to be safe with these. I don't know if do I have the name in here? Maybe. Yes. Spellbinders, paper arts, foam squares. Okay. That's what I have. I try to keep labels so I don't forget and can tell y'all most of the time. So we're going to use one or two of these. Probably two. Stick one there. And one there. I'm pretty sure the stickiness on these is pretty good. I don't know if I need one in the middle. Nah. So we're going to make sure it's stuck good. But I don't usually add extra glue to them. They seem pretty sticky. Make sure they don't have any Vaseline powder on there. I know I have a pointy tool somewhere that's probably better, but we're going to try these tweezers. Okay, and then we're just going to stick that over the top of this lantern and try to get in approximately the same spot. And there. Now we have more of a 3D looking lantern. Okay. That's the only one on that page. That one up there. I'll do this one. So I'm going to see where that hits. Yeah. So I don't need all of that. So just going to clip that off. If it was way down here and I needed more of it, I would have just colored that black so that I could add it. I couldn't remember where it was hitting, so when I was printing it. I think these are small enough. I can also use the others and cut them. You can cut these too, but it's easier to cut the bigger ones, honestly. Did I fit that there? I'm gonna try. The nice thing is it is black, so it won't show too much, but you don't want this it to be anywhere over, because if it's over, it'll stick to the other page when it's closed. So make sure that it is totally within the bounds. 3 should be enough. I'm not sure about the top of the candles. Let's see if I can cut one small enough for that spot. Let me find the black ones. I'm tempted to use a white one because it's thinner. I'm going to use a white one. I'm just going to color the edge of it if I need to, because these are a little bit thinner. So I'm just going to cut off a tiny little piece. And if I need to, I'll color the edge. Depends if it's showing much. I should use my tweezers. Life would be so much easier. I'm not going to do all the candles, but I did want that main one. Okay. Pointy tool. Should work a little bit easier. Yeah. At least to get it started. Okay. So there's that one. Should I do these? I'm probably overthinking it, but I'm going to do them. Just the two outside ones. That way I know though it won't be a problem. I just don't want them getting broke off. And if they're laying nice and flat, they won't get broke off. Look at my fingers. Let go of my thing. Sticking to everything. There. Make sure it's not showing on the front. I can't tell because I've got the... Oh my goodness. I'm sticking to everything. I'm going to move it over just a fraction. Try to get right there. I think I got it. All right, let's try that. See if I got it. If not, they give you a few seconds removable time. Yeah, it's still crooked. It was totally kept going crooked. Not sure why. Hold on. I'm going to get this guy. I'm going to get him in the right spot. He's just fighting me. Get over there. Okay, I got you. All right. They're a little shorter, but that's okay. I don't care if they're a little bit shorter than these black ones. And I mean thicker. Let go. I have to remember which ones I peeled already. It's not peeled. Is it peeled? It is peeled. Okay. This one's not peeled. There. Okay. That should be enough. So we're going to line it up. Just look from overhead. Try to line up that side. If the bottom shows a little bit, it's really not a big deal. It's not going to affect it too much. But that's cute, right? I'll show you the difference here. See? Now it's all 3D-ish. I just think it looks so much cooler. Maybe extreme, maybe not. I don't know. But I like it, and that's all that matters, right? Alright, let's do this one. So these are two different directions. Let's see if I can figure it out. That's that side. That's that side. Okay. And if I decide that this still needs a little of embossing on the bottom, I can always add it later. Because these signatures aren't sewn in, it wouldn't be that difficult to do. That one there. I wonder if these are small enough for that lamp. Can't tell. And It's pushing it. I think I can cut it in half or just trim it. Maybe. I'll pull that off my scissors in a second. It's too small to use there. It's easier to trim them if you trim them on the paper, but I don't feel like trying to do that, so. All right, so 3 on that one. This one might be enough. I didn't come over quite as far. Oops, I'm losing the sticky already. Fine. Come off already. We'll just put it right there. If I can get it to land right. It's so tiny. I think I did. Okay. Sticks. That one there. And this one we'll try and cut in half. Little teeny bits. It's like working with miniatures. They are very small. Okay. Sorry. I keep trying to zoom in enough that y'all can see. All right, that one's already peeled there, so. That. Sometimes if you use your little pointy a little bit better. You can find pointy tools all over the place, so try to line up the lantern. Hopefully that's not. Yeah, I think I'm okay. It's really close to the inside of that signature, that particular light, which I did not notice. But I think it'll be all right. I'm debating if I want one there. I kind of do. It seems like it's got a lot of space there. Let go. Okay. Very cool. So that's what we have. Okay. Whoa, I'm really zoomed. I was like thinking I had to pick it up to show y'all. I was trying to show you from an angle so you can see the depth. Get an idea of how it's going to look. All right. Y'all like that? Cool? Cool, cool. Okay, let's get our people going. We'll start with, let's see, who do we want to start with? I think I will start with this one. Let's start with this one. I have all the people picked out, so I've already picked out my paper dolls, so it wouldn't take an hour. Printed it on draft so that I knew where everything was going. I always do that. Pick it out, print it on draft. That way it doesn't waste a bunch of ink. I have my paper dolls in a little container here somewhere. They were here. They were here a second ago. Let me find them. There they are. Okay. Oh, I was going to do this picture too. That goes on one of the others. Okay. I might do that. I'll do it off camera. Y'all don't have to see me do it. All right. So this page, we are going to put... Let me look. Where is my picture? Oh, there it is. Okay, we're going to put him. This is my favorite Tim Holtz doll. He's just so cute. Look at his little expression. Can you see him? Oops, I dropped him. He's one of my favorites. Oh, he's totally my favorite. I don't know if you can see him. I haven't collage medium these yet. I got a collage medium. All right. So he's going to go here. So all these need collage medium. I haven't done it yet. And the other page is this girl. She's going to be holding something. She's sitting. She's going to sit in that chair, hold something. I think a balloon with maybe a spider or a ghost. That's what I'm thinking. And then this is his big sister. She's going to go here. Don't know what these are going to say yet. I got to figure it out. That will just take time. I'll figure it out. I might put a picture there. It's kind of bare. It needs a picture or something. Okay, so that's the plan. Tell you what, we'll lay all of them out and I'll show you. And I'll collage them real quick because I want to get them glued down, but I don't want to collage them on here or color them on here. I don't think I'm going to color them. Sometimes I might color them a little bit. We'll see. I don't know. They don't really need much color on them. Like, I kind of like them black and white. So, all right. So that one's going to go there. So that's that scene. Like I said, she's going to hold something. We're going to figure that out. So this one is these two guys. This little brother and sister. She's sitting, he's standing. So there's one chair right off to the side there. Okay. They're going to go there. And this process took me just going through my dolls, throwing them on here, and seeing what fit. What looked good, what worked with the furniture that I'm using. This particular set that I'm using has several pages, several different scenarios. So if you want to try it out, go buy it. I'm trying to find my cheat sheet. It was called Gothic Victorian Living Room by LuminoirArt. Okay, it's an Etsy thing. It's Etsy digital. Let's go check that out. And then this one is the bride. The bride who was left at the altar for some reason. We'll figure that out. Last year, her partner died. It was very sad. So there's a pillow right there. Her arm can sit right where that pillow is. Okay. I think you can see. There. Okay. So she's sitting on the couch. She's sitting in the one chair. He's standing next to her. Okay. And then the last one, if I can figure out where to put this. I get rid of my heat gun for heat tool. I can't remember to say that, guys. Heat tool for now. I don't want to lose this because I want to emboss that. I'm just trying to put glue thingies back so I don't lose them. Sure enough, I will. All right, last one. Where'd it go? Up. What? Oh, it's on this one. I was like, where is it? It's here somewhere. This is the last one. And these two, I think they look like Pugsley. They're Pugsley's cousins, right? They're just standing in front of the sofa somewhere. And they can be over to the side. They can be in front. It doesn't really matter. They're somewhere there. And then we've got this gentleman. He's holding his little Siamese cat. I thought he was interesting looking. So he's going to go here. All very distinguished looking. Figure out where I want him to be. I want him on this side. I had him on this side. So I kind of still want to see the mugs and stuff. So I think I'm going to put them right there. So right there. I was thinking about making that 3D. I've got this one. I'm not sure I like the picture in it though. I might cut out the frame and add a different picture. So I was debating if maybe one of these other pictures would be better. I've also got the Tim Holtz pictures. It's very small. There's this one with the little lady sitting in a chair. I could get just her in there. Or, let me see if the Tim Holtz ones fit in this or not. I don't know if they will. But I might change the picture out, or I might just fancy this up. I haven't decided. So put these, actually I'm going to pull these back off now that you see where they go. I know where they go. I've got it printed out, so it's not a big deal. But I got to collage them all. Collage them so that, one, they don't look as shiny, and two, they hold up better. And you can use matte medium or you can use collage medium. Depends on how shiny you want them. Matte medium is a little bit less shiny, I think, than the collage medium, in my personal opinion. So we're going to use matte. You could also just spray them probably with that spray that I just showed you. These pages have all been sprayed with that because if I wanted to distress this or anything, I didn't want my ink running, and it's inkjet. Okay, so I did spray them very lightly before I put them on there. It doesn't take much, just a really light coat from like 12, 15 inches away. All right, I'm trying to find my pictures. They're here somewhere. They're those new ones he has in that new Halloween label set, which is here somewhere. I just want to see if any of these, oh, and then I've got these. I want to see if any of them are the right size. Maybe, maybe not. This is where I will get the sayings out of these two, and I'll just go through. I'm not going to do it on camera because it takes me forever. What I do is I look at the scene, okay? Say we've got brother and sister here. Brother looks like he's totally freaked out. I don't know what scared him. Something scared him. He's freaked out. And sister's kind of like just standing there like, what? I don't know. So I go through and I look and I just make some sort of saying, okay? Like, he gave us a terrible scare. Maybe. I heard a strange noise. He could say that, and then sister could say something else. You know? And then, let's see, you could look through. It's always challenging, but it's fun to make up a story. Let's see. So something scared him. He heard a strange sound. And well, she could say, is something the matter? And then he says, I heard a strange sound. And then maybe she says something else after that. So that's what I do. I just sit there and I go through all of the little sayings and I look at my scene and I go, what fits there? You know, what works? So I've got the ones from that one and I've got the ones from this year. These are from last year or the year before, I don't know which. And then I've got these from this year, which probably have some different sayings, I'm guessing. But these also have some pictures. They might be too big. Yeah, those are really big. Okay, so not those pictures. They're creepy though. but they're too big. Is there some in here? There's some littler pictures. Smaller, littler, smaller. So I could maybe put one of these. It might fit. So I'll think about that. I'll cut this out, this frame, emboss it, and see if maybe one of these will fit. So that I can fix that picture up a little bit better. So I think I'll do that. I didn't see any off of that one thing, but I have lots of ephemera and stuff. I might come across another picture. You know, I don't know. That's always a possibility. So for right now, let's show you how I take care of these guys. So get yourself something you can collage on. We'll just use Tim's little mat. So I'm going to use his little media mat, I think he calls it, which I obviously cut already. I forget that it's down and I cut something. And I ruin stuff. I've ruined silicone pads and everything else by doing that. Pay attention to what's down so you don't ruin it. All right, so we're just going to coat these guys. So I just lay them on something that I'm not worried about them sticking to. And sometimes I use cereal box liner. Say you don't have this mat and you don't want to go spend $20 on it or whatever it costs. Get your bag of cereal, take the liner out, clean it. These are great. Okay? And if it sticks, it'll peel off. So I use these a lot of times too. I have this, so we'll use it. And then just get a matte medium and a plate. I'm not going to finish this tonight, am I? Maybe, maybe not. So I just use a wedge. Okay, it looks better if you don't brush it on. And then I use a pointy tool. So one of your pointy tools. Okay, just don't throw our pointy tools all over the floor. Pointy tool, it can be this one or this one, whatever you have. This is a Dollar Tree one, I think. So hold it down, throw some matte medium on it. It'll give it a little bit of a frosty kind of matte look. I'm not worried if it gets on the back, doesn't matter. We're going to glue it down anyway. This is just going to make it, I can paint over this if I need to. I can ink it. I could probably even watercolor it over this matte medium if I really wanted to. So say there was something I really wanted to color, I could. But honestly, I like them black and white and sepia looking. So I probably won't color them. I could possibly antique her dress a little bit so it looks more antique linen brownish. It's kind of gray right now. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Most of the colors in here are pretty dark though. They don't take color real well. They will take it a little bit. So like if I wanted that stripe to be a color, I could probably do that. Pretty sure crayons will go over this matte medium. I haven't used it in a year now, so I don't remember. I haven't colored a paper doll in about a year. I don't do them a lot. It'll make air bubbles. Don't worry about it. They'll pop. They'll be fine. I don't worry about it. It just looks kind of frosty. But not like frosty, shiny frosty. Matte. That first one's almost dry, so you'll be able to see. It dries super fast. Alright, so color them all. Put that in water. It can be washed and reused. Throw it in water. Alright, so the first one, this little girl. Let's see what she looks like. Okay, so she's frosty. I know it looks shiny on camera, but it is definitely matter than it was. Let me show you with another one. Where are my dolls? A whole bag of dolls here somewhere. should have kept them out so I could show you. Too many containers. I have a lot of containers right now. I don't usually have this many because I'm not usually working on 3 projects at once. I'm usually working on 1 project at once. So, some of these are already colored from last year. Like these are already colored. I colored her flowers. It might have yellowed her dress a little. So, here's what we start with. Here, we'll do this. Okay, so let's see if I can get the light to hit just right. Maybe. There we go. Okay, super duper shiny. Kind of shiny. It's a different shiny. In person, it is a much nicer finish. Okay, it doesn't just glare at you. It's pretty matte looking. And it allows me to put paint and whatever, distress crayons, things like that. If I had more distress collage medium, I might use that, but I don't have a lot of that right now. I only have a little. But this works about the same. So just let them dry. You can move them if you want, so they don't stick. I've never had them be an issue on this. And you can wash this off later. It'll come off. You have to just wash it. I usually just throw it in the sink and rub it with a magic eraser or something. All right, so let me see if she's dry enough. I'm going to try to yellow her. I think she's the only one I'm going to do anything to. I might do this one. What color is these shirts usually? Is it kind of an orange? We'll go with orange. We'll do these two. So I still have a lot there. I'm going to try to set it over here and maybe I'll use it. All right, so let's move these up here. They are almost dry. The ones we're going to do we'll hit with a blow dryer. The ones we're doing first, I should say. We're going to do them all. We're probably not going to do them all because it's 30 minutes, but we'll do what we can. Okay, so we'll start with her. Let me get me a surface to work on. I don't want to work on that. I'm going to work on this. I know this is ugly. I need to buy another gator board. I've been using this one for many, many years. Let's see, distress crayons maybe? We'll try distress crayons first. Where are they? Okay. So, Tim Holtz distress crayons. The holiday colors are typically pearl. The regular colors are not. Okay, that's why these are in 2 different containers. These are all holiday editions, and these are not holiday editions. I have this antique linen and walnut stain, probably too dark. Vintage, we could color her flowers, maybe with this, oh, 1 or 2 of those. And then we want this orange. I'm going to try to see if that orange will show up on those shirts. I don't want them to look quite like Freddy Krueger. I could add a little bit of red to it and it might look more like Freddy Krueger, but you know, maybe they're his kids. I don't know. All right, let me zoom in again. Okay. So, crayons. Make sure she's dry. She feels dry. And we're just going to throw a little bit of crayon here and there. Not on the flowers. Not on her face. I usually just use my fingers. If you don't want to use your fingers, you could probably use a brush. guessing it's sticking very well though. Just making it a little more vintagey looking. Okay, so there's that color. Do it with a glove on. I don't think you could. Is this vintage? Yeah. So let's see. I'm just going to try to put this in some shadows. So maybe right. Felt real wobbly. Is it almost empty? I don't know. It's very wobbly. Okay, we'll put that there. Maybe just a little bit there. Maybe just kind of, I don't know. Think where it might be. Maybe her hair's got some brown in it. I don't know. So a little bit there, a little bit there. I'm just kind of putting it a little. She's kind of grungy. Maybe she was all distraught and running around outside. I don't know. But we want her looking grungy. I don't want it to be perfectly white. This is water based, and it will come off with water. So keep that in mind. You could probably set it up a little bit with some microglaze if you wanted at the end. I'm trying to find a dry rag. So I was just cleaning the crayon off of my surface with some water. You could also really grunge them up with grit medium, some of that crypt medium, if you really wanted to grunge them up, but I don't think we're going to get that far. This is going to be bright, but I can tone it down. Just put this on a couple of these flowers. Just rub it in there. Maybe in her headband has some flowers on it. Not good. Okay. It's actually not too bad. Okay. Once you rub it in, it's not too bright. It's fine. I thought I might have to add that lighter pink, but it's good. You can add the lighter pink to skin tone if you want. It's a good pink for that. This is called Victorian Velvet. It's not perfect. There's actually another color that's better, but I don't have it. I don't remember what it was called. It's not too bad for like cheeks if you want to put a little bit on our cheeks. But putting color on cheeks can be tricky. You can get too much and then they look like clowns. We don't really want her looking like a clown. If you get too much, take a little Q-tip. I usually keep those fancy Q-tips. They're really tiny. Well, I know I have them. I just don't know where they are. Let's see if I can find them. I think I know where they are. Okay, I see them. Sometimes I know where they are. Sometimes I don't. These are model making type Q-tips. They're for detail on model. Your hobby stores probably have them. Don't know where I got these from. I've had them for a while. I'm looking for water. I just put a drop of water on there. Not much. It's a teeny tiny bit of water. I'm just going to dry off most of it. And then anywhere I got too much crayon, I can just go in and just tap. I'll pull it up so you can kind of see. Okay, so if she's looking a little too clowny, yeah, I think I got too much right there. We don't want pink right there. Maybe too much under her eye there. We just want a little on her cheeks. You can kind of play with them, tone them down. I don't think her hand looks good with that color. I'm going to pull it off of her hand. Okay, so just play with it. Figure out how much you want. That's how much we have on the roses. That looks pretty good, I think. I'm not even worried about this grunge. I don't think it's too bad. If it's a little too much, you can tone it down. I don't know why I have some on her hand there. Get it off her hand. Okay, you get the idea? Okay. So, play around with that. Let's see what we can do with Pugsley's cousins. That's my name for them. let's see what orange looks like. You can also use a brush if you want more control. If you have a tiny detail brush, you can go back to your little Q-tip. Use your Q-tip dry. You'll get more control than you will with your finger. So we're just going to put this orange in there. Orange sleeves too, I guess. I didn't see the sleeves. It's probably enough to just pull it over. Maybe the collar. I'll show you the difference. Okay. Same thing, if you want their little cheeks to have some color, you can throw some color in their cheeks. I'm going to do that. I'm going to need another one. For them, I might just put a little bit on the tip of there. And then we'll just dab it ever so slightly. Not much. Get too much, like I said, they start looking funny. Okay, so let's color the other one. Should I do it red? Or should I keep them 20? I don't think I have a good red, honestly. No, I really don't. I don't have a good red, so we're gonna keep the orange. I have to buy a red. All I have is a bright pink, orange. I don't have any red. But that spreads real nice. You can also do this with watercolor or paint. If you're going to use a paint, I would suggest using a translucent paint. So pick a color like that has a translucent quality. That way you don't lose all your detail. And keep it very watered down. Okay? So there, they're colored. Anything else that needs colored? I don't think so. I think we're good. Yeah. Okay. I need to buy more of those Q-tips. All right, so these are ready to be glued on to our pages. Okay, first page. Now I'll put the words wherever. I don't do that first. I figure it out later. Scene 1 is the little girl. We're going to have to figure out what she's holding. That's going to take some figuring out. I don't know yet. And brother and sister. Okay. And I'm just using, you could make them raised up like we did with that, but I'm not going to, because they're sitting in chairs and stuff, and it's going to be a little iffy. The ones that aren't sitting in chairs, you could do that with, but I don't think I will. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. Because it just, I don't know. I think it'll look better flat. So we're going to use our glitter glue. I might not glue her hand because I'm going to put something in her hand, and I don't know if I'm going to go under or through her hand, and I might need to snip her hand a little bit. Let me see if I can show you what I mean. So let's say she's holding a string. Okay. So she's got her hand like that. If I snip it just like right there, I might can slide this underneath. Hold on. Are you reconnected? I might could slide something underneath for her to be holding. Okay. I don't know what she's going to be holding yet, so I'm going to not glue that spot just yet, just because I got to figure that out. All right. So you see me not putting glue there, that's why. And if they were going to wear, I wanted to put some, no, I don't think I'm going to put a costume on. I could put masks on them if they want to be Halloween-y. I did put a mask on one of the kids last year, I think. I'm not going to put a mask on these guys. I could put a mask on the two boys. That might look cute. We'll put a mask on the two boys. Then it looks like they're kind of dressed up for Halloween. So everything but her hand, if I can remember. We'll go about to there. And just try to aim well, because once it's down, it's down. So she's sitting in that chair. I want her feet to be near the bottom of the page, and I want her to be straight. Her arm is hitting the edge of that chair pretty good. So that looks good. Okay. Don't worry if a little glue seeped around the outside. Not a big deal. It will dry clear. All right, so let's think about him. I do have bat wings, but I'm going to use them on my vignette. I don't guess it matters. I wonder if they'll fit. Should he be dressed up? He's not really dressed up for Halloween. She could be dressed up for Halloween if I want to put a hat on her. A witch's hat. Y'all let me know in the comments. Talk to me. What do you think? I don't think I'm going to put anything on him, because he looks like he's just scared, and we don't need it. I wish I had a little dog or something for this scene, but I don't. I might look around and see if I can find one. There was one dog in my people, and I already used it. So I'm going to try to get his hands to kind of fit the edge of that chair. I want him more forward in the ground than her, so because he's so big compared. Size-wise, he's a little too big compared to her. So we're going to make her back a little, and that will make more sense. Does she need a hat? Should she have a hat? I'm waiting for replies. Hat, no hat. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Let me find my hats. So the new hats, just so y'all know, last year's hats in his sticker set. Okay, last year's hats were like this. And we all were cutting holes in them to make them fit the heads. Okay. This year, he got smart and gave us a little notch already. So they've all got a little notch. So that's cool. So we could put a hat on her. You have to figure out one that fits her. Looks like this one. So I usually just kind of size it up first and see if it fits right. You just hold it behind. Her head will be hidden in there. What do y'all think? Hat, no hat? I can't tell if you can see. It's very dark underneath. Oh my goodness. It's hard to do when you're looking at the camera. What do you think? Hat, no hat? Anybody gonna talk to me? It is Halloweenish, so we could do a hat. I've got lots of them, so we'll do a hat. Nobody's talking, so I'm just gonna do it. So you gotta punch out that little hole too. It usually doesn't fall out like it's supposed to. I'm trying to find my pointy tool. All right, so just, all right, and then what you do, okay, so goes behind her head, and then you make it just fit right where you want it. You can decide if it's kind of crooked. I think about right there looks good. Okay, and then it's sticky on the back, and technically a little bit right there should stick to her. I got a little bit of a piece there. Hold on. There, I got it. Let's try it again. I'm trying to let her hair show a little bit. Okay, right there. And then I'm going to put some art glitter glue on there because I do not necessarily trust that that's going to hold perfectly. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit under there and a little on the back. And then everywhere else that we need glue. I got to kind of hold the hat at the same time, which is a little tricky, but you could also just glue the hat on first, I guess. Okay. So once I figure that out, I'm going to hold it. I was like, why are my tweezers shaped funny? That's why. Oh my goodness. All right. Hold it where I need to. Think about that. They're sticky. Why are they sticky? Okay. So I think we're going to put her, like I said, further back so that she looks size-wise the proper size. So think about right here. Make sure she looks straight. Standing up straight. Okay. And I'll probably put a shadow under her feet later. So there, she has a little hat on. It's very dark though, it blends very much in. But I may put a picture there, I haven't decided. I'll look and see what I have. I gotta figure out something for her to hold. What time is it? 10 minutes. All right, let's get these others glued on. Okay. Where'd they go? Oh, they're there. So I have to come up with stories and all that. So we got our little gentleman with the cat who has disappeared. Where'd you go? There he is. Did I even get him colored? Or I think I did. I got him glued, right? I still don't know about the picture, so I'm going to try not to put him right in front of that picture so that I have room to get it in there still. I think we'll be fine. I could also just not glue his head completely and slide it underneath his head if I need to. If I did that, we'll leave a little bit just on this side, just in case I have to slide it under there a little. So I wanted them kind of close to that. So make sure it's straight. Get them as far down in the floor as you want. I'm going to put them pretty far down. Think about there. And let that mug show as much as I can. So I like it. It's cool looking. All right. There. That's good. Okay. So that's him. And then this was... Who's over here? Kids. I was going to put masks on these guys, wasn't I? I can still do it. That's fine. All right, so they are... I think we'll let the pillow show. So... think about... That look good? I think that's good. So if we put masks on them, let's see if I can show you what it would look like. Find a tiny mask. It does kind of hide their expressions a little. You gotta poke the little eyes out. That sounds awful. So these are meant to go over their face. Let's see if I can line it up. So it would look, try to get their eyes in there. I haven't glued it, so ideally put a little art glitter glue on it. It's a little big for him. It's not terrible, but what do you think? Mask? No mask. Mask on one, mask on both. Any comments? Is anybody watching tonight? Sometimes I don't know if y'all are with me or not. You're so quiet. Lurking. So wait, is it too big for him? I don't know. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna pull it off for now because I have to glue it anyway, or it won't stick forever. Probably. I don't know, it might, if I can even get it off now. Not with that. It might not come back off. Okay. That mask is on there. He's getting a mask. Sometimes I'll pop right back off, but it seems pretty secure. So, probably because I have collage. Keep that one off for now. And y'all can let me know if should I add a mask to him too. And they can both have masks on or not. One or the other. We have creepy skull faces. Put a creepy skull face on him if we wanted. Or a top hat. Could have top hat if you wanted. Let's see what the top hat looks like. It doesn't have a hole, I don't think. Nope. I don't think it needs one. Let's see what it looks like. I don't know if it'll look good on them or not. I don't like it. I'm not crazy about the top hat on them. We'll leave it off. Alright, so no top hat. So there's what else? We got to get the last one done. And at least we got most of our our center spreads done. So she goes here. They go here. I don't know what their story is. I'll have to figure it out. I keep falling off the edge. Stay. All right, let's get her in the right spot. So we want her arm on the pillow. We want to make sure that she is sitting just right on the couch. Okie doke. There's her. It's going to be fun thinking up stories. If y'all have these sets, tell you what, do any of you have these sets? If you do, you should look through yours and give me ideas. And maybe you'll come up with a fun idea. I will try to do the same, and we'll see what we come up with. All right, so she's sitting in the chair. And make sure she's right. I was amazed these fit this scene very well. Okay, there we go. Isn't that fun? I love doing these. I could do these all night long. I just think it's fun. All right, so let's see what we got here. Let's zoom out. Out. Nope, wrong way. Oh, it is zoomed out. Okay. So I don't think I fit them all on here, but let's see. Kind of fit them. Kind of, sort of. Almost. Okay, so that's what we did today. I hope you all liked it and give it a try because it's fun to do. And the fussy cutting, I say it was tedious, but in all honesty, it probably took me about 15 minutes maybe to do the fussy cutting of those little lanterns and stuff. It wasn't that bad. And then the embossing, you all saw how long that took, so. All right, I will be back on Friday if we don't lose power, okay? We are in the line of the hurricane, so there is always that chance that we could lose power, but I'm hoping we don't because we don't have a generator, and that would be bad. So assuming everything stays good and the hurricane does not affect us too bad here in the Atlanta area, we'll be okay. But so my plan is to come Friday night, and hopefully I still can. And if not, I will try to keep you all updated on my phone to let you know what's happening. All right, take care. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you next time. All right, bye-bye. Oh no, your grandson's in Disney, Deborah? Oh, that's awful. I would not want to be there. I have a lot of family in Florida, so not a place I would want to be. All right, take care. Bye.